Okay, so in this question, first of all, we're given a right angle triangle. So we know that we can use Sohcahtoa, or we could also use Pythagorean theorem, but this question is not asking you to find a missing side length, it's asking you to find the missing angle. So we're gonna use Sohcahtoa, okay? We need to find angle A. So always start with labeling your triangle. In relation to angle A, which side is the hypotenuse, Ron? Okay, 25 meters, we know this is a hypotenuse. It's across from the right angle. Where is 8 meters located? Is it the opposite or is it adjacent? Good. This is the angle we're referring to, and 8 meters, this side length touches it, so it's adjacent. Okay, so always start with just labeling your triangle's sides. And then we know, okay, we're working with hypotenuse and adjacent. So A and H. Which ratio uses adjacent and hypotenuse? Is it sine? Is this A and H? Is it cosine? Is cosine A and H? Yes. Okay, so you know which ratio to use. Okay, so let's write this out. Cosine A, I don't know the angle, right? I'm calling it A, is equal to what? What's cos ratio equal to? A adjacent, which is 8 over, 25, which is hypotenuse. Now we have an equation that says cos A, cos something, is equal to 8 over 25. What do you think we're going to do with that 8 over 25? Divide it. Write it as a decimal. So cos A equals, what's 8 divided by 25? 0.32, yes. Now to find the angle, anytime you want to find the angle, you do the inverse, okay? If you're finding the ratio, you just use the button, cos, or whatever it is. So second cos 0.32 equals, what is angle A approximately equal to?
71.
Good, to the nearest angle, nearest degree, 71 degrees. So now I know this angle is 71 degrees. Okay, so now, 7.8. In this example now, I want you to draw the triangle. You're told that there is an angle that's a right angle. So draw a right angle triangle and label it 90 degrees for A. Side length, lowercase a, that means that's located across from the angle A, is 7.8, and then one of the sides, C, is 5.2 meters. You guys draw the triangle. Okay, so we have a right angle triangle, so I'm going to draw mine like this. The right angle, which is 90 degrees, is labeled as A. Lowercase a, which is across from that, is 7.8 meters. Doesn't matter where I draw C. No. I'm going to call this B. And I'm going to call this C. So if this is angle C, where is 5.2 meters then? If this is my angle C, where would I label 5.2 meters? Okay, it has to be across from the angle C. So in my triangle, this is 5.2 meters. Okay, so the question here says solve this triangle. When they ask you to solve a triangle, what does that mean? To solve a triangle. I need to get all the angles, and I need to get all the side lengths. Okay, so I have 1, 2 out of 3 side lengths. This is B. It's a right angle triangle. If you know 2 out of the 3 sides, what can you use to solve it in a right angle triangle? You learned this in grade 9. A, B, C. We could use Pythagorean theorem because right now we cannot use Sohcahtoa. How come? To find this side length, why can't I use Sohcahtoa? Okay, because I don't know angle B and I don't know angle C, I can't use Sohcahtoa to find the missing side length. So we could start by finding angle B. Okay? So let's do that. For my triangle, if I'm referring to angle B, this is unknown. Side length A is what? Adjacent, opposite, hypotenuse. Where's side length A? You guys told me this earlier. The hypotenuse. And this side length, is that adjacent or opposite angle B? Adjacent or opposite? This one. Angle B, it's touching it, so it's adjacent. Okay, so I'm finding angle B using the adjacent and the hypotenuse. In Sohcahtoa, which ratio uses adjacent and hypotenuse? Okay, cosine, so it's actually the same as before. So cos B, this is what I need to solve for, right, is equal to what? Adjacent is what value? 5.2, good. And Shanice, what's the hypotenuse? Can you guys solve and find angle B? What's 5.2 divided by 7.8? 0.6 repeating. So what's angle B? Second cos, approximately equal to how many degrees? Good, 48 degrees, that's right. Okay, so now I found angle B, which is 48 degrees. We know that angle A is how many degrees? For angle A, this one. 90 degrees. We know that this is 48. Can you just tell me what angle C is? What do angles in a triangle always add up to? 180. So can you find angle C now? By using interior angle theorem? What's 90 plus 48? 113. Okay, so altogether with C, that has to add up to 180. So what am I going to do to find the missing angle? 180 minus 138, 42 degrees. Okay, we just found angle C. We now need to find side length B. Do you guys want to use Sohcahtoa or do you want to use Pythagorean theorem? Can we use Sohcahtoa now? Yeah, because we know this angle and we know this angle. So do you guys want to use Sohcahtoa? Okay, so I just redrew the triangle so there's more room now. We can use Sohcahtoa or we could use Pythagorean theorem, but let's practice our Sohcahtoa. Doesn't matter which angle we choose right now, either B or C. Does it matter? Just to switch it up, let's choose angle C. Okay? So now in relation to angle C, label your sides. We need to find B. So we have to work with this side. What is it? Adjacent, opposite, or hypotenuse? Yeah. Good. This is adjacent. And does it matter if we use the hypotenuse or the opposite? Does it matter which one we use? No. So just to switch it up, let's use this one, opposite. Okay, so we're working with adjacent. This is what we need to know. And let's just choose to use the opposite side length just so we use a different ratio now, okay? So which ratio, sine, cos, or tan, deals with opposite and adjacent? 10. So tan, what was the angle that I was referring to? Good, tan 42 degrees equals what? What's the ratio? Well, it's opposite over adjacent. So what's the value of the opposite? 5.2. Yep. What's the adjacent? We don't know it. So B. Okay, that's my unknown. Divide this by 1. And do what now to solve? Cross multiply. What's tan 42 times B? Can I solve that? Tan 42 times B. And then I have 1 times 5.2 is 5.2. How do I isolate B? What do I have to do? Divide this side by tan 42. Because I'm trying to isolate B, and whatever you do to the left side, you have to do to the right side. So divide by tan 42. So I'm left with B equals, now you have to punch this in on your calculator, 5.2 divided by 10, make sure you punch in 10, 42. Boom. Easy? What time is it? How much time do we have?
It's understandable.
What time is class end?
15 minutes.
Okay, we still have some time, so don't go anywhere.